All right, well, breaking fuck the news. One of the stories I didn't report on was there was an 82-year-old woman that was there dealing with the same thing that occurred with 212 Jefferson. Basically, what had happened with her was she paid off her mortgage, paid off all the debt, paid all of her bills ahead of time. Her and her son went to Costco, came back. There's people in her house. They called 911 and the precinct. All the police showed up and threw an 82-year-old woman in jail for trying to get back into her property. They trespassed her, gave her a ticket, and told her she had to go figure it out. They had held her, put her in handcuffs and held her at the fucking precinct where Zionist LLC owners proceeded to wait for her and her son to leave, go in her home, change her locks, and essentially rob her of her house. And apparently this is a reoccurring issue in Brooklyn that's been going on for the last 10 to 15 years.
What's happening? I'm gonna talk about deed theft in this way. Um, First, I'm gonna talk about the way he talked about it. So you leave home, somebody showed up to the house, changed the locks, right? And you come home, and then the police tell you, "Oh, we're going to arrest you for trespassing." Now, here's the thing that because when this keeps happening and happening and happening, no matter what state it's in when this happens, like some police officers are a little bit different or whatever. I find it funny that y'all never arrest the people who broke in the house initially because basically they changed the locks and said it's their house, but everything in that house is the property of the person outside. So let's just say you had a two-car garage, right? And you got two cars. So all of a sudden, because somebody came to your house and changed the locks, they kicked in your door, they changed the locks. Now they own the car, they own all the furniture, they own all the silverware, they own all your clothes in your closet. They own all the appliances, the electronics. You get what I'm saying? They own the jewelry. Like everything just belongs to them all of a sudden, right? Everything in the house, like that the other person paid for. It just, hey, well, I went down, and then it's like, oh, these people well, how do we know that you didn't sell them and they forged it? Here's the question. Once again, how did a person, how did a person who walk in an office and say, "Yeah, I need the deed for this house because it's mine now," and you go, "Okay, that's it." That's basically what happened. People walk in and say, "It's mine now." Okay, and you go, "Okay," and then basically they stake a person out. They somewhere in the neighborhood staking this person out, and when they leave, we're gonna kick down the door, and then and when they come home, it's our house now, and it's like, and it's because it's part of deed theft. Basically, is basically squatters, you know, on 10,000. Let's just do it that way. So here's where, and I've talked about this before. Um, some people's lives are going to get taken like this. People like because I've seen people who squatted and then they got guns and they're like, "You can't kick me out of your house. I'll shoot you." Like, oh, okay, right. And the same thing going back to the deed theft because like my great grandparents happened to them. This happened to them. You know, technically my granddad happened to him. Um, so that's why I say this stuff has been going on, and especially with black folks, this is a thing in America. When people go, "Oh, why doesn't your family have wealth from this, that, and the third?" Because of stuff like this. You know, they have all of these. For one, they have all of these predatory businesses. That prey on elders. That's a thing. The older you get, like when you get about 45, 50, you're gonna start getting a lot of calls and text messages that don't make no sense. And people just constantly calling. You can block them, different number. block a report, spam, all that. They just keep calling back, keep texting. You're like, damn, I blocked these people 15 times with 15 different numbers. You get what I'm saying? So, um, I'm not like I don't see that in Texas a lot. I really well, the D theft, yes, but the squat, no. Like Texas is it's just gun country. It's one of them gun country places in America. It ain't a good idea. It's not a good idea. Um, but then again, here's the issue. Like with this New York situation, because there's a older black woman that and her daughter got arrested, so they can run this scam. They're gonna bring it because basically the scam they're talking about now is like some Jewish people, and they're basically doing in New York what they did to Palestinians in Palestine slash Israel slash Palestine. I'm gonna just go to your house and it's mine now. And I don't know. I mean, and the judge got to be in on it, just in my opinion. The judge has to be in on it because it's like, yo, you cool with this? Like they running this by you and this keeps happening because that's been going on for years too. So because people want people's property. They like they said they say it, I own it. They just went somewhere. Think about something. You didn't. It's the same way. It's manifest destiny in real estate, right? You didn't pay. You didn't buy it. You didn't trade for it. All you did was show up somewhere and wrote on a piece of paper as mine, and they let you. Because here's the thing that people don't talk about. The I would say city hall that will have to get sued. Have to. Have to. Like, yo, so basically people just walk in here all the time and say, "Oh, their house is my house because I said so." And you go, "Okay, just sign this piece of paper and then kick them out of a house you never paid for." Because think about it. Where is the purchase? There is no paperwork. There's no purchase. There's no, oh, I bought it for this or I swapped this property for this. Nothing. It just, yeah. It's, but when people talk about crime and criminality, they don't talk about this stuff. Think about it. You steal somebody's house, the police say, "Oh, you got to go to court." The judge say, "Hey, it's all good," but nobody. So then you leave a person homeless, and you let a person who stole a whole house get back by the police and the judge, and then they got to go through all this paperwork and go, "Oh," and because here's how you know it's a crime. You stole it, you got a person kicked out, and then you sold it to somebody for a quarter of what it's worth immediately. So by the time you get all of your ducks in a row legally, then another person owns it. And then it's like, well, I just bought it, so how can I get kicked out of it? It's like, and then and this is how courts in white America works. The person that the person that we let steal your property doesn't own your property because they sold your property to another white person. So now how can we do that? How can we just throw another white person out on the street for stealing your property? Oh, okay. Well, pay me the $4 million for the property. Well, they bought it for 1.4. They stole it and got paid 1.4. And by the way, is anybody going to jail for wire fraud? Nobody. Like nobody. Because this whole concept is fraud. So now you got money, wire transfers and money transactions. Nobody's going to jail for anything, right? But God bless America, right? And like I said, you preying on older people, you know, or because they're waking up one morning and not knowing what's going on. And now here's the interesting thing. Don't you notice that there's more websites and businesses? Here's how to protect against fraud, and here's how to protect against identity theft, and here's how to protect against it. It's like how y'all got whoa. How y'all got all these businesses about protecting people from theft, and all you got to do is actually your damn job in the city hall. The city council, like that's all you got to do is your damn job. Somebody comes up to you, okay, well, show me your purchase agreement. Show me their signature, because basically you're forging people's signatures. And then when people go, I didn't do that. No, no, I never met that person. Then it should be end of story. You know what I mean? But y'all not doing that. My personal opinion, I'm telling y'all, some of these people gonna wind up in a morgue because y'all not doing nothing about this. And then when these people wind up in the morgue, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Then nobody trying to hear all that. That's just my opinion, but I'm done. Peace.